Ever feel like flagship phones keep evolving, but somehow the battery just refuses to catch up? We've got insane cameras, AI tools that feel like magic, and displays sharper than reality itself. But your phone still clings to life by dinner time. And Samsung, they might be the biggest offender of all with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Welcome back, viewers. Sam here! If you're tired of overhyped specs and want the real scoop on what's worth your money like this video, share it with your fellow tech heads and subscribe for more weekly drops that don't sugarcoat the truth. Let's jump into it. Because the Galaxy S26 Ultra is shaping up to be a beast in almost every way except the one we all silently beg for: better battery life. According to reliable sources in the leak scene, Samsung is keeping the same 5,000 mAh battery again, just like the last 4 Ultra models. It's like asking for more fries and getting the same soggy handful every time, no upgrade, no surprise. And yeah, there's talk of a small boost, maybe up to 400 mAh, but let's be honest, that's barely a band-aid, especially when competitors like Xiaomi, Infinix, and even Tesla are stuffing 6,000 mAh batteries into sleek, fast-charging phones that top up in 30 minutes flat. Meanwhile, Samsung is still pacing itself with a 45W charging brick again. For a phone launching in 2025, that's not just slow, it's lazy. Why is this happening? Well, a big part of it goes back to 2016. The Galaxy Note 7 disaster. Batteries exploded. Phones caught fire. The entire lineup was pulled from shelves. Since then, Samsung's engineers have been extremely cautious, maybe too cautious. They don't want to be the headline for the wrong reason again. Understandable, but now it's holding back progress. Even Apple is taking bolder steps. Rumors say the iPhone 17 Air is going ultra slim but still improving battery efficiency through clever design and chip optimization. And Samsung, they might be testing a new internal battery tech called the Suzanne battery. It replaces plastic casing with stainless steel, which can store more energy without swelling or overheating. Sounds promising, right? But as of now, it's still in testing, meaning the S26 Ultra probably won't ship with it. And it's not just the Ultra. Take the Galaxy S25 Edge, beautiful design, solid camera, decent performance, but the battery just 3,900 mAh. That's tiny by flagship standards. You'd think Samsung would learn, especially with multitasking powerhouses like the upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 7, which is also rumored to stick with just 400 mAh. That's barely enough to support its massive foldable screen. It's like handing a sports car a half tank and telling it to win the race. Meanwhile, charging speed is where Samsung continues to drag its feet. Is expected to max out at 45W wired and 15W wireless, both numbers we've seen for years. Compare that to phones from China that now have 100W and 20W and even 150W wired charging. Some go from 0 to full in 20 minutes. So what's the real issue here? It's not innovation. Samsung has the brains and the budget. The problem is motivation. In the US, Samsung dominates. And since brands like Xiaomi, Oppo, and Vivo aren't officially sold there, Samsung isn't feeling the heat. They're not being pushed to go further. Apple's doing the same, coasting on software tweaks instead of hardware leaps. That's why most battery improvements you hear about today are software-based. AI battery management, adaptive charging, background optimization. Sounds fancy, but let's be real, none of that beats just having a bigger, better battery to begin with. And here's a little perspective bomb. Most people don't care if a phone is 0.3 mAh and thinner. What they do care about is whether it can last an entire day without a panic recharge at 5 p.m. Form should follow function. And when battery life becomes the sacrifice for slimness or symmetry, that's not innovation. That's compromise. Now, credit where it's due, Samsung is killing it in other areas. The S26 Ultra's camera setup looks wild. The new display might be one of the brightest and most color accurate on any phone. Galaxy AI continues to evolve, and the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 Elite chip will likely power it like a champ. But still, without major battery growth, it feels like Samsung is building a race car with a scooter's fuel tank. So what can we, as users, do? Demand more. Call it out. Don't let Ultra just be a marketing buzzword. The S26 Ultra could have been a true game changer in every category. But right now, it feels like a flagship that flinched at the finish line. That's it for today's deep dive. But trust me, the Galaxy story isn't over. Foldables, AI surprises, and some unexpected collabs are still brewing. And I'll be covering all of it. This is Sam, keeping you in the loop and ahead of the curve. If you found this video helpful, or if you're just as fired up about battery tech as I am, smash that like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment with what you really want to see in the S26 Ultra. Catch you in the next one.